Oh boy.
Oh, don't go to the thing.
No, go to the thing.
All right, so okay, stream seems to be loaded on here just to make sure. Go around in the menu so it doesn't go to the stupid thing. Yep, I'm live. Oh, that's not muted.
Nice.
Alright. Alright, we should be good. Alright.
Yeah.
So, welcome. We're gonna have a race, but due to various circumstances, decided not to do it. So instead, we're gonna do another episode of Ranking of Shmups. So, I figured this time we're gonna kind of do a lot of the base stuff that will lead us to do more interesting things and also take a kind of a look at the start of a lot of shmup stuff. Because this time we are going to take a look at games in the Namco Museum series that was on the PlayStation, and also various other things, but the really good ones are on the PlayStation. So,
This episode is paid for in part by Namco.
Indeed. So, due to the way that they put, I would normally do, oh, let's just do volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, except they put a really important one on Volume 3. So we're starting with Volume 3. These have a very neat little virtual museum thing where you can walk around and view exhibits, which I actually did a stream eons ago showing all them off. But since we're only looking at specific games in this thing, I'm just going to go and look at the games. And Volume 3 only has one shmup on it. And a very important one. It's Galaxian.
Just a little important.
Yes. Oh.
I forgot that the loading screen is a character from my favorite shmup, Tower of Druaga.
Yes. And unfortunately, Tower of Druaga is definitely not categorized as a shmup. So,
Unfortunately, because it's really good.
yes, very confusing, but very good. Also, yeah, there's Galaxian. It is a 1979 game that, well, this kind of speaks for itself.
It's one of the first.
Yes.
Basically.
Actually, I want to say that this was the first that actually had used what was referred to as raster graphics, which basically meant sprites.
Huh.
So there's going to be a lot of firsts in this kind of episode. So, yeah, there's some weird, as is an old-ass arcade game, it's mainly around getting points. And as you can kind of see here, it is very similar to Space Invaders. And in fact, actually, in some ways it's a little bit more advanced, but it's actually kind of also less advanced at the same time, because there's no, like, you can't you can't hide behind the little barriers or anything. You're always out in the open. But yeah.
Honestly, I'm just amazed by the attract screen's capacity to thread the fucking needle. Always.
Yeah, it's always great, because why don't we actually go ahead and get started?
Like, are attract screens legally required to be fucking terrible?
Well, if you think about it, you're trying to program, like, AI into a game that's written in not even in a language.
Oh, I thought it was also a case of just trying to show off just enough of the game.
Yeah.
But no, it's great, because, like, the attract screen is amazingly bad because it just always threads the needle. Like, it is impressive how hard it is to do that so consistently.
Yeah.
As you keep threading the needle.
Yeah, it's... Well, you also got the thing where it being a very old shmup, it has the idea of you have one missile out at a time, always.
Yep.
I've seen, like, hacks of, I think, like, the NES... Like, for some reason, there's a Famicom port of Galaxian that I've seen a ROM hack of it that lets you shoot multiple things at a time, but it just makes it feel weird, like a subpar Galaga. Which we will be seeing later on.
Is at that point.
Yep. So yeah, basically they just move left and right, and every so often enemies will dive. The color determines the pattern of their thing. Also, when a Galaxian fires at you, they'll tend to bring ships down with it, and if you shoot all the ships and then the Galaxian, you get a lot more points. What you have seen,
that's about it.
you have, this is Galaxian. This is the entire thing. In 1979, this was pretty impressive, I guess.
It was also, once again, pretty much the first of its kind, is the bigger thing.
Yep. Yep.
Like, yes, it's aged poorly, but that's because it is old as hell.
Yes. I mean, it is... It was the 70s when this was made. So...
It's the shmup.
Yep. So, and no music, no nothing. You can only move left and right.
God knows it couldn't handle music. Fuck.
Yep, and we'll actually get to the game where that was actually known when it was released for its music, which will be great when you hear that music. Because that is actually a very important shmup, but we will get to that when we get to that.
This is riveting gameplay.
Yep.
Like, this game has a legacy, but at the same time, the game itself is not aged amazingly.
I would say even... Because at some point I'm going to have to do Space Invaders. And I kind of feel bad about getting extra life, because that's me. I'm going to have to play this longer. But yeah, I always felt like Space Invaders itself was more was deeper than this, because you had the whole thing of... Because it doesn't really matter what order you kill the things in, because it just moves left and right. It doesn't move down at all, and they don't move faster.
You also don't have cover to manage.
Yeah.
Cover that can be destroyed from both ends.
So yeah, that's Galaxian. I mean...
There's not much to be said about it, honestly. You've seen everything.
It was the shmup.
Yeah.
So, that being said, though, where are we going to rank it? I'm kind of thinking at the bottom, just because of how basic it is. But...
I mean, it's, once again, it's the thing about the game, though, is it's not about how it plays, but what it led to. It is what's important about it.
Yeah.
So, yes, as a shmup goes, it is probably the lowest on the list.
But that is just due to age.
Yes, it's about the legacy, not about what it is.
Yes, so we'll place that currently at number 10. And also, I'm debating about even humoring it, putting it on the OST list. It shouldn't go on
soundtrack because it has nothing.
Yeah, because it shouldn't even rank.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't even have a start jingle. Nope. So, yeah, I'm just gonna not even bother putting it on the OST list. Alright, so that is all the reason we loaded up Volume 3, Namco Museum, so now we're going to go ahead and start and do this in order. So, Namco Museum Volume 1. This had... As you can see from the list of games in it, it's a bunch of the basics. It's got Pac-Man, Pole Position, Rally X. A lot of the games that are on like the Namco museums that are released nowadays. So what we are going to take a look at is the sequel to Galaxian, Galaga. Now while Galaga definitely showed its age, Galaxian definitely showed its age. I'd argue Galaga aged a little bit better than Galaxian. Because if you have not played Galaga, it is basically one of the more iconic arcade games. And also has some unique mechanics in it that I kind of wished more shmups kind of had. Because...
Never forget... Go ahead.
Let's see. Why don't I just go ahead and... I'm going to go ahead and put... Also, the first two Namco museums, in order to like change options in it, you actually have to... It emulates the dip switches in the arcade thing, which I always thought was kind of neat. And I don't think they gave you a list of like, okay, here's what all the dip switches are. Also, if you're insane, you can actually go and have it so that it rotates, or the screen rotates, so you can turn your TV on your side and actually have the correct arcade resolution. But I'm not doing that.
Gross as hell.
All right. So, Galaga. 1981. This lovely little jiggle. So yeah, you can shoot multiple times. The enemies actually do things a little bit differently.
They have patterns.
Yes. They have patterns, and they're...
It's like an aiming, though.
Yep. Because one of the strategies I always had when I play this is just kind of hide to one side. You'll pretty much be safe for at least a good amount of while. Also gotta do something important. There's this gimmick. Every once in a while, the Galagas, or the boss Galaga, will come down and try and steal one of your ships. And, providing we don't screw it up, and we be patient, we get double ships. Which I also was kind of neat how it was. There was a mechanic that you lose a life, but you get extra firepower out of it.
It's basically a risk versus reward thing, which is kind of neat.
Yep. Especially for 1981.
Yeah.
Although really, Namco have always been kind of on the ball with certain things, as we'll see with the next game. That will do. Because there is definitely a diamond in the rough that I kind of wish that more games would when people think of Namco games, that it would be covered, or that they'd cover it more. Also, there's these things. Damn.
It's kind of interesting, given that this is the sequel to Galaxian, seeing the difference in depth.
Yeah.
Comparatively.
Also, I'm definitely screwing this up.
And once again, this is the one that everyone remembers, not Galaxians.
Yep.
For good reason, actually.
Yep. Also, this is kind of the game that I don't care what inflation is. If I come up to a Galaga machine, it better be 25 cents. I'm not paying... Okay, I don't want to pay more than 50 cents, or more than 25 cents for a game of Galaga. That just doesn't seem right. I'll have you know that my local airport... that's also one thing that the difference between the enemies. After the first challenging stage, enemies will morph and do, like, special patterns. But yeah, my local airport has a Galaga machine that is still 25 cents.
It's kind of neat, actually.
Yep.
But let's never forget that the short-lived Namco Bandai, the short-lived Namco dating sim had Galaga as well as the dateable people.
Yes. The oh god, then I suppose we should just mention if we're talking about cross-promotional kind of stuff, god, I forgot what it's called, but Namco has a thing where Like 50% of like their arcade games are in the same universe. Like,
Yep.
Ridge Racer is in the same universe as this game.
Ridge Racer.
And I want to say it's a USGF universe or something like that. But yeah, everything that's like even like remotely space related is in the same. Air combat is in the same, or Ace Combat, whichever one it is. That's Namco. That's in it. So yeah.
Yeah, no, you can date Galaga. You know Galaga. The ship, Galaga. And also another one was oh god. The drum whose name I can't remember.
Taiko Drum?
Yes. You know, little mascot?
Yep.
That was another one of them.
I want to say, was it Bravo Man? Was one of them?
I think so.
Wonder Momo, maybe?
Yeah.
Wonder Momo got an anime.
It did. It was a weird experiment, all of shifty look, and it died out pretty quick.
Yeah, wasn't Homestuck guy with that dating sim?
Hussey was in charge of the dating sim, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, that should speak volumes for that, but, you know.
Yeah. Also, so yeah, Galaga, it's old, but it actually, holds up. It's not that bad of a game because the kind of the ways that they come in change a little bit. There's different little changes. I mean, it's not super in depth, but yeah, like those things are different.
It does have some degree of depth, which keeps things interesting going through levels instead of being the same thing over and over.
Yep, gives you your accuracy, which I thought was kind of neat.
Because you're trash.
Yes. Oh. I'm like, wait, why is my cursor not moving? Oh, it's the one up there. Alright. So, yeah, Galaga. It's a lot more impressive than Galaxian.
But it's still Galaga.
It's still Galaga. It's basic Galaga.
Fucking old. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's take a look at the current list we got. So, definitely better than Galaxian. I would argue it's better than Star Force, better than Trick Trap, better than Biometal, say better than Viewpoint. I'd say under Gradius though.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, no, that sounds solid. Because once again, this is another one where the game is solid enough that you can also take into account the legacy left behind by it.
Also, yeah, because this definitely, I would say, kind of had
this is the one that everyone remembers with good reason.
Okay.
Like, this is probably more to blame than Galaxian's ever was.
Yeah. Although there were plenty of actual... It was weird. If you ever take a look at, like, early 80s arcade, like in MAME, like everything, there are a whole bunch of clones of Galaxian. Like, I think Konami even had one that was like a blatant ripoff.
I'm not surprised.
Okay,
I mean,
so then...
the whole reason genres start is because everyone copies one person.
Yeah, it's just funny seeing the blatant, like, you think of copycats now, like, there's at least a little bit, like, it's like App Store level, like, copy and paste.
Yeah, not surprised.
Okay, so...
And they didn't exactly have a lot of wiggle room.
Yeah, no, also, hopefully I don't... Okay, Viewpoint. So, the only thing I would say for OST is that the jingles in this game are kind of more... I wouldn't say notorious, but they're definitely more iconic, but if that... I don't know if I'd count that as OST, though.
Yeah, part of the problem is I can't compare it to like some of the other ones on the list, like Trick Trap or Star Force, because I wasn't here for those.
Oh. So...
I don't think I was, at least.
Yeah, you were here last week.
Oh, I don't even remember.
Yeah, because we did Sorcerer Striker.
Oh God, yes, I remember them now. Okay, yeah.
Trick Trap was a game that I was bitching because of the controls.
Yeah, no, that was the one where you're the knight in the. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Like I tried, they were so forgettable.
Yeah, so those are going to go down the list, but
I guess.
Maybe we should just state outright that it has to have background music in order to be on the list.
Yeah, it has to have like proper soundtrack, proper, not just a jingle or a title theme.
All right. So, in that case, we'll skip that for the OST. Move on to the next game. So the next game was this Namco Museum release was the first time I ever heard of this game. The next game we're going to be doing, but it's really neat. This is Bosconian.
Ah, God, yes, this is a fascinating game, I guess.
So this actually came out prior to Galaga. This was a 19. Oh wait, actually, let me see the splash screen first. I want to say this was 1980, which is astonishing for what this game is. In the 19. Oh, okay, so it's same year.
Yeah, same year.
So,
which is still astounding.
Let me see what I have my. Let's see. Continue on. Which actually will be noticeable. Put on 5. Is there a difficulty switch on this? Let's see. Well, there's no difficulty switch. That's actually kind of unfortunate because this is actually one of the few games I'll actually play on the hardest difficulty, like standard. Because all the difficulty switch of this does, if you're playing the actual arcade version or a version that has a difficulty switch, is just make it faster. So this is one that would have been, this is the reason why I had the kind of movement in one plane thing, because this doesn't control like normal shmups. I'll kind of let the attract screen. So this actually is a top-down kind of free movement shooter. Not quite as, if you think of like the movement of say something like Robotron, where you can move freely around and kind of sort of aim in all directions, because one of the things is that, as you can see right here, anytime you shoot forward, you also shoot backwards, which I thought was really weird at the time to have like a double shot standard. And it's what were you saying?
I think the term is multi-directional shooter.
Oh, rather than twin stick?
Yes.
Yeah, I just always think of twin stick.
Well, like Sinistar, kind of.
Sinistar, yes. Sinistar, yeah, I would compare it to Sinistar, except this game's actually good. So yeah, you can see...
And Sinistar came out after this, actually.
Yeah, it did. Very early, but yeah, it did. So, yeah, the goal is you kind of have that map on the right kind of shows the green dots are I think they're Bosconian hideouts or whatever they're referred to. Basically, you got to destroy, in order to beat around, you have to destroy all the ones on the map. So why don't I actually go in, kind of show that off. So there's actually a few firsts that this game did, which actually is probably when it gets recognition is for this. So let's see. Where can I start with the weird things about this game? One, so when you're destroying these little stations, you get more points if you destroy all 6 of the little pod things. However, you can instantly destroy any of them by shooting the little core inside. So if I go line my shot up right, I can destroy it in one hit. But you don't get as many points. Also, occasionally certain things will shoot out a kind of a formation attack at you. So it's basically just a bunch of planes going after you like that. If you take out all of the little side ships first, you'll get a larger point bonus when you defeat the leader of the group. And if the leader dies, the whole group kind of disbands. What else?
Recorded audio.
Yes, this was one of the first games that had a sample. There are multiple samples, actually. The condition thing on the right is kind of weird because basically what it means is whether or not it's kind of the aggressiveness of the enemies in the area, the amount of enemies that will be around. I don't know if you might have seen it already, but there's actually friendly fire in this game. So if the station kind of takes a shot at me and an enemy kind of runs into it, it will kill the enemy. Also, another thing. Oh, what was I just thought of another thing, but it's kind of hard to.
Kind of hard to play. Yeah.
Play and talk at the same time because there are a lot of little weird things about this game that are really impressive for 1981.
Yeah, and there's like a surprising amount going on.
Yeah.
There's actual AI, which is baffling.
Yes. And the AI, I would say the quality of the AI is kind of questionable at times because it will just straight run into stuff. Because you can get it to, like, run into mines and all that.
1981.
Yeah. But the fact that they even had that in there, instead of just like, oh, it's an enemy, just passes through it, is also a fascinating thing.
What's also interesting, too, is if you notice in the second level, the cores are actually starting to close and open now, instead of just always being open.
Yep. That's why I was kind of disappointed that they didn't have the difficulty select, because one of the difficulty selection is trying to think what the term is. There's a difficulty selection that starts off at normal, but depending upon how you play, will actually ramp up the difficulty.
Oh, neat. So yeah.
And for some reason, that is the only mode that has a thing where you get a point bonus if you do not die while completing a round.
Huh.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the whole point of that is that it's just going to keep getting harder, so of course.
Yeah.
It's called adaptive difficulty, not adaptive, but fuck, I can't remember the actual term.
Dynamic difficulty?
Scaling difficulty. Scaling. Or dynamic. I don't fucking know. Who cares?
It can get harder as you play, if you play better. So now the actual stations will shoot missiles at you. Oh, yep. There's another
also
weird,
new
bizarre.
Configurations.
Yes. Another weird thing about this game. This is more of a thing you would not know unless you read the material behind it, and we're also a science fiction fan. So, the main enemy are like those space stations are called Bosconians. These little enemies that you're fighting are what the attack mode calls I-type and E-type. So, I believe the I-type are actually referred to as Ike. Like the whole name of it is Ike missiles, and the E-type are Edor missiles. So if you think of Bosconian, Edor, Ike, if you've ever read the Lensman series of books, all the enemies in this game are references to the Lensman series. And that was
some real nerdy crap to me.
Yeah, Namco was really into that because if you think of like one of the enemies in his Tower of Juaga series was named after a dragon from the Oz series. The whole fact that Tower of Juaga is based on the Epic of Gilgamesh. Mm-hmm. There's a few other like little tiny things if you like read of like what enemy names are. Also, since I'm gonna die, I'm surprised something hasn't shown up. That probably should have by now. If you take too long on a stage, every once in a while a spy ship will come up. And if the spy ship if you let it, oh, there it went. So if you let it live for a long time, it'll go to condition red, which basically means that you have a whole bunch of enemies after you. Oh. And yeah, you get points if you kill it. I believe it's a random amount. Because, yeah, it said that it was a random amount.
I guess it probably has something to do with how long it's out on the field or what condition is.
My guess is probably actually that's a random value.
Okay.
So here's another first for this game did. Or actually, I'm probably going to put my name in first.
B-U-T.
So right here. This was the first game to have a continue screen. Yeah.
Neat.
So, yeah, neat. So
this is just a game that people forgot about.
Yeah, and it didn't really get any ports. There were actually some ports on like the European computers. And there's actually some pseudo sequels on those computers as well. The thing is, though, that from what I've seen of them, they don't exactly look to be the highest quality. So, yeah. So, in terms of score, where to place on this list?
And I guess I'd put it over Galaga personally, but that's.
I'd put it over Galaga, and I'd also put it over Kiki Kai Kai. Section Z's pushing it though. But I think this game is really neat.
It does a lot of neat stuff, but I wouldn't put it on the level of Section Z.
Yeah. There was actually one port that I will be doing separately of this game that probably will actually go above Section Z because they do a lot of neat things in it. Also, it's just a really good port. And has some other things in it that make it really neat. You know, I'm not going to bother. That's going to take forever if I just update the list, and that's also just going to be boring for everyone watching. I'm just going to update this Excel doc or this Google Doc, and then bother with the other things at a later date.
So one question: does the constant samples count as a soundtrack?
I would not. I would not count it as a soundtrack.
It was a joke. Alive.
Alert.
Lock on.
The best part about it is you can hear that thing whenever you get a random chance to do it if you play as Pac-Man in Smash.
How neat.
Yep, because his up taunt will just randomly do sprites from a lot of the games on these Namco Museum franchises.
To be fair, the fucking Pac-Man character in that game is pure fan service.
It is, and that's why I love playing as him. Okay, so that's it for Volume 1. Volume 2 has some pretty interesting stuff. All right. And it's Mappy.
It's your boy Mappy.
So, actually, why don't I show off these weird little videos? So yeah, this has Super Pac-Man on it, which is
gross.
Has a weird franchise, but yeah, it's a weird history behind it. So right here is one of the main shmups. That is a Solvaloo.
It's beautifully animated.
Yes. And there's the Grodba.
Excuse me?
Grodba. No, I'm not going to be doing the museum because I did that in a prior stream, but I'm just going to talk. There's only a couple games in these that I'm actually going to be showing off.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the focus of this is on the games, not on everything surrounding it, really.
And here's this is the other shmup that we'll be doing in this particular version.
This beautiful opening.
Yep.
God, Pac-Man is terrifying in this.
Yeah.
Good old mid-90s CGI.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Also, the best thing about these, you can mash the L and R buttons to make them go faster. So yes, we are going to be doing Xevious and Gapless. We're going to talk about Xevious first. Xevious is another one of those games that is kind of important, but also not as well known, I'd say, in the States. In Japan, it has a huge following. But I don't remember... I've never actually seen a Xevious in the... like a Xevious machine in the wild. But there are some things about it that are rather important. Also, we can actually choose the difficulty on this. Put it on 5 lives. I'll sit on that. Yeah, this was originally a vertical shmup. Also, yes, we will definitely be doing Ordine, and actually, I'll be kind of focusing on Ordine because that game is actually really neat. But that's not what we're going to do quite yet. So, Xevious is such a weird game. It was one of the first games that... So, it was created by a guy named Masanobu Endo, who was kind of one of the first people to... Oh, yeah, okay, yes, I have... Okay, so I have seen Xevious in the wild. Yes. But... So Masanobu Endo was one of the first first game creators to be kind of public for what they've done in Japan. He actually was I believe one of the stories I've heard is that he is actually one of the people that talked to Shigeru Miyamoto once he started to do Mario Brothers to be kind of more in the spotlight for the games that he's developed. But yeah. So it's a vertical shmup, and yep, we are the Sovolu, and we can shoot, and we have bombs. And one of the things that this game was actually famous for was its music. One of the first games that
had music.
Yes, this is one of the first arcade games that actually had music.
Is this music?
Technically? I mean, this
sounds like the sound of madness to me.
Yeah. It kind of is, but at the same time, it was actually kind of... I've heard it referred to as influential.
New and novel.
Yes, new and novel. I remember there is a kind of a remix album of Namco music, or like early Namco arcade music by a guy by the name of Ryuichi Sakamoto, who was one of a was a kind of famous Japanese composer that did a lot of movies, soundtracks, and he was also in the band Yellow Magic Orchestra. You might have heard of his work if you've seen The Revenant, because he was actually the composer for The Revenant.
Oh my god, this is maddening, actually.
Yeah. Also, when Endo kind of made this game, he kind of got really into the backstory of it. Because there's like this whole bizarre, like, there's like an alphabet with this game that later games kind of delve into. There's like this weird backstory about the story of this game is that this is supposed to be Earth. At some point someone on Earth made this supercomputer called GAMP that eventually it's like, okay, now that I'm alive, I'm just gonna go take over everything. And it's this weird, bizarre backstory.
I feel like I should recognize the name Ryuichi Sakamoto, and I don't know why.
He was in the movie Merry Christmas to Lawrence. He did a game called Lack of Love on the Dreamcast. Trying to think anything else that you would know, like Yellow Magic Orchestra. He did the Oh yeah, because I think I showed you, he did the music for the Japanese version of Adventures of Milo and Otis.
Oh, okay.
Which is a really good soundtrack, which unfortunately went for a very unfortunate movie.
Oh?
There's a reason that movie does not have the no animals were harmed during this production.
Oh. Oh, apparently he did the soundtrack for oh wow, for the 1990 The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh. Oh yeah, I forgot that even had an adaptation before. Oh, also, since we're passing it, apparently the story, also, for some reason the backstory in this game also has a, like, really kind of makes a big deal about the Nazca lines. Because I believe Solvalu actually in this language that he made up means, like, sunbird, I think?
Probably something stupid like that.
Yeah. Also a weird thing about this is that this game actually had a spin-off that is also on this collection. It is called Grodwa. That you play as actually one of the tanks that you see on the ground. And it is a very bizarre arena kind of game where you like have a shield and it's kind of really hard. Also, another thing that I've never really been good at about this is that supposedly there are little things on the ground that you can actually bomb. Also, that was the Andor Genesis, which is like one of the first like actual bosses in the game. There are like little spots on the ground that you can bomb, and if you bomb them, you can get like little pickups that give you more points. I can never remember where these things are, and they actually change port by port. Another thing that this game was kind of known for was the fact that it did actually have some form of adaptive AI, where like the layouts of the enemies that you fight actually change depending upon what you do. But I don't think it's as pronounced to say something like Xanac. So I hate fighting that thing. I never get those things down.
I would understand it completely if you moved on. I would not blame you.
Yeah, I have one more life. Also, there's one quick thing I want to show after I lose this life. Oh yeah, you can only move up this far on screen. Oh, whoops, I died. Oh yeah, and you get a lot of space for your name. Also, one thing you can do. If you hold down the bomb button, you actually get lowercase. Okay, so I'm gonna quit. Since I can't.
Put Lolo Puzzle.
I could have, but that would also mean that I have to. Oh. There we go. So this game had a neat little Easter egg, because this was before. This was during the time where it's like, oh, it's kind of a novel idea that creators actually get credit. So if I point, go to the bottom right, and just keep on bombing.
Oh yeah, wow, this was the year before the crash.
Yep. Namco original, programmed by Eve Zhu. So, yeah, that's devious.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
God, it's so weird thinking about that.
Yeah. Well, also remember, the crash was strictly a US phenomenon and only in the console market.
Yep.
So arcade stuff always was fine, and especially Japanese stuff was always fine.
To be fair, Japan, did the a different problem actually of in regards to credit is that The whole.
Oh, the
handles.
whole.
Everyone using handles so they couldn't be headhunted.
Yep. So yeah, that has that going for it. But yeah, in terms of placement,
that continued for a long time actually.
Oh yeah, up into the 90s.
Yep. Even that still continued a little after.
So I'm actually thinking below Star Force even, because it is very like it's nice they have the bomb button, kind of all that, but
it is painfully bare bones.
Yeah, so I'm thinking above Galaxian, but I don't know if I don't think above don't think above Star Force. So I'm gonna put it there.
Can you have like just a permanent bottom rung on the soundtrack list, because it makes me want to die.
Yeah. Because it has music, but that is about it.
It's like a handful of notes just repeated forever.
Arcade 1981. Okay. So, back to the museum. Alright, so Gapless. I actually played this game a lot as a kid and didn't even realize what it was. So, I played this in the arcade actually, at a Chuck E. Cheese. This game, when it came out in the States, this was back when, like, sometimes games got their name changed for no bizarre reason, or for no reason at all. This actually, when it came out, you would find machines of it labeled Galaga 3. And yeah, as you can see, this is a sequel to Galaga that you can actually move forward a little bit. And this game's really weird, and I actually kind of like it, and I kind of wish that more compilations had it, but it definitely has some quirks to it. So why not? Oh. There. Okay, there we go. For some reason it didn't. Okay, I already did the diff switches. Okay. I always love the thereafter bit with the bonus ship thing. To get a nice little animation of your ship kind of morphing in. So yep, just like Galaga.
Oh, this seems a lot faster.
It is.
Which is a good thing, that's a compliment.
Yes.
Also, the sprites are quite nice.
Yep, they definitely get an alien vibe to it. Also, I can get this guy. Rather than having the little boss guy, get this thing. You get the tractor beam now. Come on, give me more. So yeah, you can get up to like 6, I think, and get this huge chain of thing that where basically if anyone shoots, you will get hit. But yeah, so yeah.
That's actually really neat.
This game actually has a lot of upgrades in it that are really weird, and I can never like remember how to get. Also, whoops. Also, it's great because eventually at some point there's just so many shots in the stream that sprites just start to disappear.
Good old sprite flickering. Excuse me, sprite limitations.
Yep. Oh.
Also, I appreciate the name for levels. The term for levels is pretty neat.
Parsec, yes.
Which is used properly. It's a unit of distance.
Yes. God damn it. So also, there are challenging stages, and I really like what these do. So, line them up, and you gotta bounce these enemies.
That's kind of... Oh my fucking god.
And you gotta spell out words.
You gotta be. Boner. Oh fuck, it's you. I'm really bad at this, okay?
You're just really tormenting those people, my god.
Fuck aliens.
Yeah?
Oh, Jesus Christ, the love! That
Yeah,
was
they
not
get-
okay.
They get pretty fast. Also, and since we actually spelled out the word, we get a bonus.
Hell yeah.
And it, as you do more bonus challenging stages, the word changes because it's like gapless. I can't remember what the other ones are. Also, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Now we're going back.
Yep.
Oh Jesus, this looks fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this game seems like kind of a Mighty Quarter Muncher, but you know.
Yeah, kind of. Oh,
So you're going through the Namco library. Okay.
also we have a thing underneath.
An S.
Yes. So if we find the other parts to a ship, we get a 1-up.
That's kind of neat, actually.
Yeah.
So I wonder if this is going to spawn in here. Let's see. Oh, God.
Ooh.
Yeah, this game is a little bit brutal. Also has somewhat spotty hit detection. Because there's a, like, I don't know if it actually has a thing where your hitbox is not the ship, but it kind of seems like that.
Oh.
But since I game over it, I'm probably not going to get to it. Oh, yeah, also, these little star things start spawning, and they shoot down at you.
Oh.
So, yeah, as you can see, you can actually get your ship upgraded so that rather than only having 2 shots on the screen, you actually can have 3. Also, you can have a upgrade that I can't remember how you get it, but you can actually have it so that your shots kind of track with you. So if like you shoot and then move to the right, your shot will also realign itself.
Oh.
And then there's
just wield that shit like a club.
And then there is another little like the tractor beam thing that acts as a spiral, and I can never remember what the difference is, but I think it like upgrades like their shots or something. Or I think it actually what it does is it lasts longer, but you can shoot while you do it, so they get caught in the beam, so you can just shoot them down real easily.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of different upgrades, and this game is really neat. Oh yeah, and I didn't get a high score because this game's really hard. But yeah, you can get your age and blood type in there as well. So yeah, I think it's really neat. But it is definitely, oh yeah, there you can see, you can get yourself really decked out. The only thing that will kill you outright if you have all these things is if your main ship takes a shot. Because if your main ship takes a shot, you die no matter what.
But then if your aliens take a hit, they die.
They die. Yeah, they die.
Still, that's pretty neat. I mean, it's a really neat mechanic.
Yeah. So, yeah, that is a gapless.
Seems neat.
So, I'm taking a look at my list. And even though there was a little song that played during when I went backwards, I don't think that counts for OST. So, we got, I'd say it's above Galaga.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's above Gradius.
This seems overly brutal.
Yeah.
It doesn't have MOA heads.
It doesn't have Moai heads. So yeah. Think above Galaga, but below Gradius.
Yeah, it feels like it's meant to munch quarters is part of the issue.
Yeah, well, it definitely munched a lot of mine when I actually played it. But that was
because you were a dumb kid.
yes. Also, that was 1984.
And nothing's changed.
Aren't we all dumb kids?
Pretty much.
On the inside.
Yeah.
So that was Namco Museum Volume 2. Let's do Volume 4. Now, Volume 4 only has one shmup on it, but it's a doozy of one.
Is that a doozy in a good way or a doozy in a bad way?
Doozy in a good way. Also, let's watch the video again.
Ah, glorious Nippon.
My glorious Nippon steel.
Right there, actually.
Yeah.
Oh god, that thing. That game is terrible.
Are we watching a Kiss music video? Kiss plays Japan.
So, I never actually knew about this, but if you hold down the triggers while the game boots up, you get this video. And I watched it before, and it's pretty great.
What is it exactly?
And it makes about as much sense as the game it's based off of.
Yes. Also, this is not a shmup, but I figured I'd show this off because this thing's fantastic.
It's kind of amazing.
This animation is better than the... This animation is about 10 times better than the game it's actually based on.
Which is unfortunate.
What game?
Genpai Tumaden, known in this collection as the Genjin the Heiaki clans. Or Heiai.
Okay.
It's fucking terrible. That's all you need to know.
It is very Japanese.
Very bad.
Yes, and very bad. It tries to do... It is... Like Gap Plus in Bosconian, it has a lot of things that it tries to do. Unfortunately, in this case, it does them a lot, mostly bad. The only weird thing, like one of the weird things about it is that you're actually, the character you play as is based on an actual person.
Oh, good.
Like a historical figure?
Yes. Kagekiyo no Taira, I believe?
And who are they in the history?
He was in, I believe he was, this I think was like 600 AD. Okay. So really old, during the Genpai Wars. But yeah, it's, from what I've seen of it, just kind of reading up on it, usually when games have that guy in it, he's usually a antagonist. But I am not a scholar of that period of Japan, so I can't really say much.
He's the Oda Nobunaga of the period.
Just
I don't think he was that high up,
fucking
though.
Fascinating.
Yeah. He bought guns from the Portuguese in 600 AD, my god.
Yeah.
He's a fucking demon now. Look at him. That's what you get for being for buying guns.
So, yeah, Volume 4 has always fascinated me because it has the really weird games in it. Because there's like Pac-Land and Return of Ishtar and Assault.
Yeah.
But this is Ordine. So,
that's a cool name.
I don't know if I'd, already you can see. So this is kind of in the vein of I would call this a cute 'em up. Kind of in the vein of Parodius, but maybe not quite as much.
This game actually wouldn't quite call Parodius a cute 'em up.
Yeah.
Parody Gradius. This is just a cute shooter.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
No, Odomadius, on the other hand.
God, oh yeah.
We already. Let's not talk about Odomadius.
Wait.
The body pillows will haunt us forever.
So.
I'm so glad I wasn't here for that.
Yeah, so here's the basic plot. Your girlfriend's gotten kidnapped. Let's go on these old planes and get the guy.
Beat him up.
So there are protagonists. The red hair, your first player has a very Japanese name that I forgot. The other guy, I believe, is named Sunday Chin.
I believe it.
So, yep.
Man, this is ugly.
A little bit.
They just happen to have the weirdest things in it.
The soundtrack is unique.
Yes. This game has a really good soundtrack. What I want.
I don't think that's the word he used, but yes.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
Alright. So, I'll go ahead and play. Also, yeah, also there's loading screens in there. The arcade version did not have it. This game, the arcade version of this game never came out in the US. However, this game did get a TurboGrafx port, which did come stateside.
As we all know, everyone owned a TurboGrafx.
Yes. Alright, so you have a bomb, and you have a shoot. And kind of like Fantasy Zone, you get money for killing enemies. Or they drop money, rather. This game actually has, now that I think about it, has a lot of parallels to Fantasy Zone.
So yeah, like even the shop thing is pretty Fantasy Zone. The Lolo.
Yes.
Welcome to my Fantasy Zone.
Oh god, that's good. Okay, so let's see. You can only get
giant anime.
Yes.
My god.
Okay. Running shot.
Running shot.
Oh. I'm just not gonna get anything.
I do like the bike horns in the soundtrack.
Yes.
It's very good.
So the soundtrack for this game was composed by a guy by the name of Shinji Hosoe, I believe would be how you pronounce it. He is well known for his Shmup soundtracks, and they are generally pretty good. I kind of really like the soundtrack in this game.
Oh, he did Ridge Racer. Huh.
Yes.
And the PlayStation Tekken.
Yep, he was.
Bushido Blade.
Bushido Blade is good though.
Yes. But not a shmup though, unfortunately. I mean, it is if you play a certain character, but that's the point.
Yeah.
Also, every custom Robo game.
Huh.
And Mega Man Network Transmission.
Oh god.
Custom Robo is a game that Nintendo should bring back, but
So,
that's besides the point.
Yeah, whenever you... I didn't get to show it off because I killed the boss too fast, but every time when you buy a weapon, it will only last for a certain amount of time out of Fantasy Zone. I wonder if I carried over
Also,
between stages.
Along with 3 other composers, he did the music on Folklore, which is actually a fantastic soundtrack if you've ever heard it.
Which game?
Also, I will have the sound effects that these enemies make burn into my head because of just...
fuck, what game was it?
Also, let's gamble.
Folklore.
And I'm not familiar with that, unfortunately.
It was a sort of action RPG-ish kind of thing for the PS3. It was near launch, and it was entirely about Irish folklore.
It's just called Folklore?
Yes. Actually, more like Celtic folklore, but yeah. The basic premise is that you come to this place to find someone who's apparently been supposedly kidnapped by the Fae, and you need to figure things out. And then night comes around and you find that the entire village is inhabited by Fae. It's a neat game.
Okay,
it's pretty good.
Awesome.
I think I've seen this in like GameStop, like years ago.
Also, look at this rotation.
I know, it's amazing.
It's like Mode 7, but not.
Yeah.
Not even remotely, because Mode 7 is about warping, but yeah.
Well, and rotation, also.
Oh, yeah. But most importantly, the music this guy did, more than anything, is the Zero Escape series.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
He did all 3 games. Which is, they actually have really good music. Just figured I mentioned that too while I'm still looking at him. So yeah, no, he did Zero Escape, which is... Also did Taboo Tattoo. Huh.
Oh god, these things.
What else? He did No Game No Life? What the fuck? Tekken Tag Tournament 2, Tekken Revolution. Fate Extra.
Of course.
Alongside various other composers, Automedius Excellent.
Yeah, the Automedius Excellent had every composer who was somewhat involved in a arcade game, so.
Alongside Yuki Kajiura, he worked on Xenosaga Episode 2. But fuck him, Yuki Kajiura did most of the work, and I will fight anyone who says otherwise, because my god, her hands are all over that shit. Fucking love Yuki Kajiura, please help. Just talk about fucking composers.
There's not a whole lot going on right now, so.
I love Yuki Kajiura, she's so good. For reference, if you don't know who she is, she did stuff like Dot Hack Sign.
Oh.
Or Noir, or oh god, what was another big one? Monica Magica. She's done a bunch of stuff. Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicles was another big one.
So she did a bunch of anime.
Oh, she's an anime composer.
Oh,
yeah,
that probably makes sense.
Anime and various games. She worked on God, what is it? It's yeah, Xenosagas 2 and 3. Yep. Yeah.
Folklore is 60.
Also, a neat little Easter egg.
Ooh.
What am I looking at? Oh, wow, neat. Oh, fucking Christ. Oh, why? No, you don't understand. Apparently, she's working on the soundtrack for Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel.
Ah, good.
Of course.
The purest edge.
Also, I just noticed one thing. When you move back, your character's hair moves.
Yeah, it's a neat little touch.
Yeah.
Also, why don't I just go ahead and get Stock Bomber?
Your character's terrible hair.
What does Stock Bomber do?
For some reason, oh, it eats bullets.
Oh, neat.
Because it's a little Pac-Man, so it'll eat the dot bullets.
Actually, I'm kind of digging this song though, compared to like the first stage, which was a bit weak.
Yep.
Just a shame that the sound effects themselves are kind of anemic.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
And I can't tell how I feel about the art style.
It's very much of its time.
Hey, this game seems alright.
Yeah. It's a very competent shmup.
Yeah. And that's the nicest thing I can say about it, though. Like, it seems solid enough, but there's nothing that I consider exceptional about it.
Yeah. I mean, these streams have been reminding me to play games like CNA Mora and everything.
Yes.
CNA Mora is really fucking good.
Yeah.
Whoop, let's gamble. Gamble.
Hell yeah! Roll them bones. Roll them bones.
Roll the bones.
Damn.
Damn.
Wow. You fucked it so royally.
I'm over 2 with gambling, apparently. Also, I remember this boss being a gigantic pain in the ass. Almost like this boss, completely straight out of Fantasy Zone. That's probably why.
Yeah.
There is a boss that has this
There's
a boss in Fantasy Zone that has this exact gimmick.
No, it's a lot of RNG, and also you have a very tiny hitbox. Perfect. Oh, and it's bullets. Eat yours. Oh, that's awful, actually. This is kind of Nice. Nice job.
Mutually assured destruction.
Yeah, that was more like a cross counter, but yeah.
True.
Mutually assured destruction is about the threat.
I mean, if you do actually mutually assure your destruction and you both blow up, I mean, consider threat credible.
So what are you getting?
Nothing.
Oh.
No, those are worth it.
Are those like permanent or are they temporary?
No, they're temporary.
Oh, like even the like speed up and whatnot?
Speed up I think is permanent, or at least until you die. Oh yeah, these things.
Oh, this looks gross.
So yeah, as you shoot, if you shoot it more, there is some slight physics to it.
It will go too fast and it will just
Yes.
maul you, is what you're saying?
Yes. Also, it seems like the bullets are starting to speed up. Oh, like that!
Oh, I love that trap bullshit. Oh my god, that is rude as hell.
That is super rude. This is the rudest fucking level, my god.
Okay, let's go. Hopefully I go 0 for 3.
Roll them bones.
Oh good, I got a stock armor.
There you go.
Yes. What do you mean while I use this weapon now? Can I store it for later?
Maybe.
Oh. Oh yeah, this thing.
Yeah, something about the sprites in this game just really bugs me. Like the way they're colored and whatnot.
Yeah.
That is rude.
That was super fucking rude.
I really like the continue music in this game. I don't know why. Oh.
To be fair, that's a pretty good game over jingle.
Yep.
Yep, but I really like the continue jingle.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to stop that one.
Oh.
How dare you!
Let's see.
Lolo just really likes it. Despite your...
I was gonna say, to be fair though, there is only 7 stages in this game.
Roll them bones.
In the 6 stages, the boss...
Just for you.
God damn it.
God, you suck at this!
3 out of 4.
You'd figure my odds of getting that... Oh god, this stage is also super short. Oh wait, I think it actually started me at a checkpoint.
It did. You didn't have to do any of the flipper things, the spinning.
Oh yeah, that's... I always thought it started at the beginning of the stage. So that's actually really neat. I mean... for... what it's doing, anyway.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Okay, so I just have to go underneath it.
You just have to know.
Yeah.
Also, I'm could have sworn that there's also a Fantasy Zone boss that does is exactly like this too.
So basically, this is Fantasy Zone, is what you're saying?
Pretty much. Also, sing it. It's taking more.
I feel like there's a Yakuza that has Fantasy Zone in it, and
yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
It's of the same era as Space Harrier, so.
I mean,
And
Yakuza 5 has Outrun.
Exactly. With good reason.
There we go.
Yeah. What's
But
the...
does it have Space Harrier?
Yes.
Good.
The two
See,
primary
that's
ones
what's
are
important.
Space Harrier.
Well, Space Harrier is in 0. I know that.
I mean, Space
Or
Harrier
Zero,
is
yeah.
also in a... Oh god, what is it?
Shenmue.
Shenmue,
Yeah. Doesn't he pilot a Outrun cabinet in the Sonic Racing game?
Yes.
Yes, because...
the cabinet changes depending on the mode.
Yeah, also,
It's Outrun on...
you can play Outrun on, in 2.
Oh, yeah.
That also was probably also because it's used to.
And actually, he drives a forklift. Is the thing.
I could have sworn that there was one thing that was you could pilot the thing.
Let me look it up right now. Cause sworn he. Oh fuck! I was wrong actually. Yeah, no, it's an Outrun cabinet on the ground, on the water. Oh fuck! I forget what the motorcycle is.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then in the air.
What is it in the air?
Different
Afterburner.
cabinet that I. Yes, exactly.
Which one?
Afterburner.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of great actually.
Yeah. I mean, I do have to say that the hardest thing that I've had to do in Yakuza 0 is get like 3 million points in Outrun when like I had never played Outrun before, so it's like
All right.
just dreadful experience.
So, Ordine.
Yep. I think it's okay, but nothing special.
It's better than oh god, on the list of things. I'd say it's oh fuck. I can't
Because
remember the
remember.
list proper.
Okay. Also, I can give you the link to.
Yeah, no, I can see
Yeah.
it. I don't remember what Kikai was.
Kika, it was a game that is a prequel to Pokken Rocky.
I don't think it's as good as that.
I don't know. I'd argue it was better, honestly, personally.
Yeah, I would say it's better.
I'm not sure if it's better than Section Z or not. That one's kind of up in the air for me.
Also, remember Bosconians below Section Z.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
I would say definitely below Bosconian.
Yeah,
but probably above Kiki Kai Kai.
Yeah, and as far as the soundtrack is concerned, fuck.
I feel like it was kind of weak, but that's me.
I'd say it's better than some of the things we've seen so far.
It's solid enough. It's inoffensive.
Yeah. Also, it has a really.
It's
I really like
than Biometal.
Yeah, the final boss theme I really like.
Yeah, I'd say it's better than Trick Trap.
Yeah. It's definitely not better than Sorcerer Striker.
Yeah. I still can't believe you have Radiant Silvergun so far down that list. I will destroy you. Like, oh my god, it's better than either of those two. But
Viewpoint has a song called Ass Backwards.
Shit!
And
God,
Section Z
Radiant
has
Silvergun
mad bass.
is fucking amazing, but I also know it's not everyone's taste.
Yes. You could play the fun game of mixing that in the Final Fantasy Tactics soundtrack and just putting it on shuffle and playing the game, which game is this from? It'd be really hard.
To be fair, it works.
Yeah.
It does. But, anyway.
But eat a dick, Lolo.
Yeah.
What was that?
A cat.
Okay, so that's volume 4, which I only had one shmup. So, on to the last one, unless we have more time. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be the last one. Volume 5. Which has a lot of, one called late era, but these are definitely, I think none of these are from the 90s, but Yeah. You can definitely tell they're starting to run out of games to put on.
Yeah. Oh, it's packed.
Not that a lot of all these are pretty good, but yeah, these are definitely the more obscure ones.
What the fuck is this shitty animation?
Welcome to the Namco Museum games.
Pac-Man's gonna be saved by Fantasy Zone.
Nope. I forget what her name is.
I really like the little squelch noise of her.
I mean, the game she's from.
Legend of Valkyrie.
That's it.
This is like Namco Smash Brothers Melee, my god.
Was that Kissy I saw?
Yeah. Because guess what game we're going to be doing later, or I think second.
Oh, good.
Was this made like recently, or is this like a very old animation?
This came out 98, I believe.
Actually, yeah, 98 specifically. There's a reason it looks like ass.
Yes.
Okay.
So man, Kissy, you've seen some better days.
Yeah.
I can't wait to explain that to Risen.
Oh god, yeah. That wonderful thing. Alright. So, first game we're going to do. Dragon Spirit.
Oh, not Babadook?
We'll be doing that later, because I'll probably actually be playing that for a while.
What's the actual name of it?
Baraduke. Depending on the region, it's also known as Alien Sector.
Oh, because, you know, it looks like it says Babadook.
It might as well say Babadook.
Okay. Babadook.
So, I'm pretty sure I already set
this game is actually really neat.
Yeah. So, this is another... Actually, I'm gonna...
I actually remember from when you showed this one to me.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember if I actually showed this off because...
You show off every game in every single collection.
I think I kind of skirted past this one because there is... This game I kind of wish was better than it was because this game has a really awesome predicaments. Also, it has a stage select, which is kind of nice. Also, and this is actually an unfortunate thing due to the way that this is on a PlayStation. And this is kind of a problem with this particular port. But you'll kind of see... It's a vertical shmup, so the original arcade had a different aspect. Also, listen, this music is fantastic.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I remember. This is what I remember about this fucking game.
Yeah, this game is kind of a massive dick. Also, yeah, we control a dragon that can gain multiple heads. And it is kind of like Xevious. But also, we actually have a life bar this time. Yeah, this game loves the, you get a power-up and then you lose it if you get hit, which is kind of a dick. Also, placing really dickish shots.
Oh, this doesn't help that your hitbox is actually fairly large compared to...
Yes, that's kind of the main issue with this game, is that your hitbox is huge. Because you're a huge-ass dragon.
Your big-ass motherfucking dragon.
Also, yeah, so you can kind of see that the screen is kind of scrolling from left and right. That was not in the original game. That is solely because 4:3 aspect ratio on PlayStation. This does have the thing where you can rotate your monitor, but I will say though, there is a way that you can have it played so that you can actually they kind of smush the graphics, but you can actually have the whole thing on the one screen, and it looks kind of bad. So that's why I have it like this, because there's something about seeing everything that just... Oh god. Also, whenever you get the power-up that gives you an extra head, you also stay still for a little bit and can get hit.
I like the idea of turning your monitor, though. Like, just rotate that whole fucking thing.
Yep.
Just take your TV and put it on its side. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
I mean, I do like the fact that they give you a warning saying, hey, you can possibly break something if you do that. God. It's kind of hard to see it because I haven't like had it happen to me yet. But this game, when you get hit, you have a life bar, but you have no invulnerability frames at all.
Oh.
You get trained super easy is what you're saying.
Yes.
Like, the health is a suggestion and nothing more.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, you stop that.
Wow. This game seems kind of dickish.
Yeah. Yeah, this game...
The music is nice.
The music
is a shame because...
pretty great.
It's a shame because it seems like there's definitely potential there, but it's just, marred by...
Blood.
That fucking blood!
Yeah. Well, just wait.
Gallons of the stuff.
Blood, 4 days.
Blood for the blood
Oh,
gods.
Jesus!
Yep. So, this game did have an NES port, which, if I remember correctly, is much better about being a dick.
Amazing.
Shame it isn't as pretty.
Also, the music isn't as good, which is a major downer.
Oh, God. The start of the song sounded a bit like the opening to Space Harrier, and it like got me for a second. Like the opening to the theme that everyone fucking knows.
Yep. That which I will get to at some point.
I mean, yeah, it fits under your criteria, and also it's fucking Space Harrier. Space Harrier is really fucking good.
Yeah. I like Space Harrier.
I'd have to kick your ass if you didn't.
I'll kick your ass for even suggesting you'll kick my ass.
I'll kick your ass for kicking my ass.
Ah.
Fuck you, I'll kick your ass for kicking my ass for kicking your ass. I believe in you, Lolo.
Kick your ass for believing in Lolo.
Lolo will kick your ass for not believing in him.
Lolo would never kick my ass.
I am too busy getting my own ass kicked to bother with this.
Exactly. So what is that fire meter anyway?
If you get 3 like orange attachments or orange little pickups, your shot will upgrade and then lose immediately because you get hit by something.
Oh my god, this is awful.
This probably wouldn't be quite so bad if I had the full field of view. Because of course I gotta do it like this and not actually be smart and play it in MAME.
Does it also extend upwards?
Yes.
Or is it just...
Yeah, because you would have a lot. Yeah, so that's kind of another issue with this kind of view. Actually, can I... Oh, I can't do it on the fly.
Damn.
Oh no, there goes your head.
There goes one of my heads and also... my shot. Oh.
Oh my fucking god, Lolo.
Oh yeah, and if you continue, you get a 2-headed dragon free.
Alright.
Oh, and that's at the beginning of the stage.
Ouch.
This is unfortunate.
And I want to say there's some sort of like beginner mode that you can select. I know one of the things in the options that you can select is different versions of this game. And I want to say one of them had a like difficulty select that if you did the other mode or the easier mode that you would not get the full ending and that you would not be able to play all the stages.
That's dumb and terrible.
Oh yeah, occasionally you'll get these power-ups. Which is kind of satisfying. But unfortunately, it only lasts to a certain amount. God. Yeah. This game would be really good if it wasn't a massive dick.
It would be good if it was actually good.
Yep. The music is nice and it looks pretty enough, but...
yeah, because I think this was 89, I think it said? Or 87.
Like, it's a frustrating case of wasted potential.
So, yeah, also, if you noticed, I picked up a little orange thing that gave me an egg in my life meter. I can't exactly remember what makes it hatch, but that is how you get extra lives.
Of course.
Oh, good. Cryptic bullshit.
I bet, I have a feeling it's just, oh, pick up more purple things. Mini bells. Or no, it's just that standard enemy that just seems like it'll be a massive dick.
When it runs right into you.
Hate it when it shoots when I'm right on top of it. Also, how long is this stupid stage? There we go. Oh, god damn it. Damn. If I'm missing that one.
And whose fault is that, hmm?
I mean, yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I really liked how they make the loading thing blink because that's a really necessary detail.
Yep.
Is it?
It's very important.
The music's actually very nice.
Also, I love layer nonsense.
When it obstructs your view of everything, yeah. Also, man, I keep getting like weird, like vague little hints of the Space Harrier soundtrack, and
it's the same sound chip.
Composer? Oh, sound chip, okay.
Also, I probably... Actually, you know what? I think 2 continuous is good enough for that. Actually, why don't I show off the other...
What was the name of that
screen.
game?
Dragon Spirit. Because, yeah, here's the other way you could play it on here. And it's like it's scaled down really, really tiny. The things just, and just the way that the text are just really kind of bugs me. So yeah. All right, so Dragon Spirit.
gameplay bad, music good.
Yes, I would say. Let's see. In terms of games, I would say I take Gradius over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about Gap Plus. I kind of want to say I take Gap Plus over it too. So I'm thinking it goes after Gap Plus. And that was 1987. All right, so one game left.
Oh man.
And it's a bit of a doozy.
Define a bit of a doozy.
This is Baraduke.
Babadook.
You.
Oh god, yes, this.
Yeah.
Wiki girl, Kissy.
Yes.
Look at that
1985.
awful font.
It's a beautiful font.
It's
Yes.
so bad.
Just go ahead and take a look. So yes, you play.
Friendo.
Yes, that is a packet.
Good job.
You are trying to save them because they are in danger.
See, it looks like Babadook.
Yeah.
Also, apparently it's scrolling this. So yes, you play as either one of two space astronauts. Well, I guess astronaut would of course be in space, but anyway. Yes, you play as one of two people. You play as Kissy or Tacky. This is 1985. This, I believe, technically would be the first game to have a female protagonist. Because this, I believe, takes place, if this being 1985, it's 1 year before Metroid. So, yes. There's that going for it. And while I kind of play, you want to go ahead and try and describe the whole situation where this game got retconned into a actual other franchise?
You mean how Kissy went on to marry Dig Dug and you had Mr. Driller?
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes, we are playing as the guy from Dig Dug's ex-wife, actually, and the mother of Susumu Tori, aka Mr. Driller.
They divorced because Dig Dug is an asshole.
Yeah, pretty much. Full name Tobi Masuyo, I believe, which I believe is a Japanese pun on "I like to fly," compared to Taizo Hori, the Dig Dug guy, who is "I like to dig." So yeah, this game is basically
the deep lore I didn't need.
Yeah,
oh,
but it's
more
there.
People are coming your way. Want to know why she's called Kissy?
Why?
Cause when she's drunk at work outings, she gets really handsy and kissy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where the nickname comes from. Yeah.
Well, at least the one that they came up with, so like why she was called Kissy.
Yeah.
Because yeah, obviously they did not have any of this planned in 1985. No. So the game itself, yeah, you just kind of fly around.
Fly around, you shoot things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there, kind of.
It is basic, but when you actually play it, there is a bit of... It gets very tense. Also helping that is the fact that the only sound is your own heartbeat. Or at least that is what the music is. Which, as you take damage, gets faster. One
survival horror.
Also, another thing is, as you can kind of see, as you shoot, you actually get knocked backwards a little bit. Also, in item things are evil Pac-Man.
Oh no. For some reason, I'm just being reminded of like shitty Newgrounds games with the art style.
It has kind of a
very distinct
It's the detailed environments with the moving backgrounds kind of thing.
Yeah.
The static tiled background and the just
Yeah.
The like black border on the character.
You did it!
Yay.
You got some shield.
Okay, so worlds are like every kind of floor, quote unquote, is based on there's 4 stages and then this kind of power up room thing and then a boss.
Rip that Pac-Man.
And I got another shield. So I don't think it's gonna happen here, but if I had any like packet on me, they would actually fly towards the boss and make it weaker. Also, you might have noticed, much like Dragon Spirit, actually even less so, you have literally no invulnerability frames in this game.
Quality.
So if an enemy shoots, like, for instance, if there were an enemy that shot 4 shots and I got hit, like, in a kind of a spread... Oh, also you can shoot the packets.
Which you shouldn't.
Yep.
Yep. This game actually has a sequel, and if you shoot a packet in there, its eye will flight out, and if you pick up the eye, you get a point.
That's really fucked up, actually.
Yeah. Moral choices in my video games.
Also, yeah, that game's also really weird because it is entirely in Japanese. There's a bit of text in it. Also has one of the most horrifying end bosses I've ever seen.
Oh?
Describe it.
It is a kind of like corrupted packet.
I want to see what it looks like.
God, the problem is the name of the game is a Japanese, like, very Japanese name. And it's like, oh god, the translated title is like Hovering Machine Tank Shooter or something like that. But I'd search for like Baraduke 2 or something like that.
Like, the more I see of this, the more it seems like something that Low Tax would make a video making fun of.
I'd say maybe, but I mean, maybe it's probably a thing that you probably actually have to play it, but I actually really like this game. It just kind of probably seems really weird.
Oh, because also apparently in Namco X Capcom.
Oh god, yeah, and she looks kind of like, look up Taizo Hori in Namco Cross Capcom, because he looks like, I wouldn't quite say edgelord, but he looks like it's good.
What is Namco Cross?
It is a strategy RPG.
Oh,
like have you heard Namco Cross? I think it's not Sega, but Namco Cross something. Namco Cross Cap? No. That's the one that just came out. Oh, Project Exo. That's what it was.
okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a precursor to that, but it was on the PS2.
And it's a strategy RPG, you said?
Yes.
Are the Project Cross Zones also those?
Yes.
It seems really fucking weird.
It kind of is.
I don't know what to think about that, honestly.
If I've heard, they're actually pretty good.
I'm impressed.
There.
That reminds me, I should play Front Mission.
Yeah.
I think I have 3.
3's really good. 3 is probably the best.
I think Loon's.
Yeah, Loon streamed a lot of it.
He streamed it ages ago, went on hiatus for a while, then finished it up.
Yeah.
The only From mission that I've played is Gun Hazard, which is not a strategy RPG. Oh yeah, that horrible thing.
Ah yes, the bring your own bitrate stream.
Oh why? Because does that game have a lot of like sparkly effects?
To some degree, but also Loon was recording. It was doing it at a super low bitrate.
Oh.
For some reason.
To torment people.
To be fair, this is like one of his first. This is ages ago when he was starting to stream on Hitbox.
Oh, come on. Hooray. Oh god, yeah, this thing. God damn it.
Jesus.
Oh, it keeps its health. That's neat.
Success.
You did it!
Rip.
Rip Kissy.
Gone but never forgotten.
Indeed.
Kissy died a true American hero. She was too pure for this world.
Alright, so one thing actually they have in here is they actually put the round select in, which actually was in the arcade version. So. Why don't we go ahead and just see the ending?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
48. Get this thing from the opening. Also, I completely forget how to actually, if I remember correctly, it's something about getting inside his mouth. See, yeah, that's where I meant about getting hit by multiple things.
Yeah.
Just get shredded. Oh wait, is the game unwinnable if you have too few shields?
No. It is, it's just I'm forgetting how there's... Oh, it's you hit... I think it's you hit the...
To kill it.
I would... Oh, there it is.
Jeez. You are a brave man, Packet Planet.
A brave man.
Bravest of man.
Man. Man.
Just like Samus.
Man.
Man. A very pretty man.
Oh.
Hell yeah. Big points. The Battle of Baraduke.
Yep, so, yeah.
Man, you're really good at this game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's Baraduke slash... Also, yeah, the game also came out as Alien Sector over here, I believe. So, placement. I personally would say above Kiki Kai Kai.
Yeah, that sounds good enough.
Yeah.
And it has no place on the OST list, obviously.
Yep.
And I would actually say above Ordine.
Yeah.
So
it's more interesting than Ordine.
Oh. 1985. Yep, and no OST. Okay, so we have now extended the list quite a bit.
Yes.
We now have 16 entries into the list.
Oh, Jesus.
Hell yeah.
They're all terrible, especially Babadook.
Mm-hmm.
So yes.
I will never
go
say it right.
once I go and get next stream, which I actually plan on doing another one of these tomorrow. But I will do kind of a hodgepodge of games that I had planned, which some kind of feel like probably same time.
Okay.
Or maybe a little bit later. So, yep. So, yeah, hopefully you'll stop by. Yeah, that's pretty much all the Namco Museum. Technically, I could do one more. Actually, how long have I been going?
You've been going for about 2 hours now.
Yeah. I was thinking of popping an Encore because that has King of Balloon on it, which technically is a shmup, but also extremely old and also not that great. Oh yeah, and also has Sky Kid on it. I'll do that later date. So yeah. So if anyone's watching, thank you for watching and have a good night.
Good night, stream.